Hey, what's up guys? Today, I'll show you a horror thriller film, The Rest Stop Part 1. Spoiler ahead, watch out and take care. The movie begins with a woman peeing her wastewater in a dirty rest stop bathroom. Suddenly, a man comes inside. She berates him for entering the women's restroom, but the man suddenly bangs on the stall door. She threatens to scream for help, but the man is unfazed. He continues to attempt to open the stall door. He even sniffs around the gaps in the door. Finally, he forces open the door and takes the screaming woman with him. In Texas, a fresh-faced young woman named Nicole packs her clothes. Her boyfriend drives up to her house in his convertible and picks her up. She is planning to run away from home with her boyfriend. They will be exploring the world together, but Nicole is worried about what her parents might think, so she tries to call them so she can explain. But her boyfriend is insistent that she leaves her past behind. The couple turns from the interstate and parks in a secluded wooded area. They fool around and consummate their love basking in their passion and freedom. Afterward, they continue their journey. They drive on a long and winding road. The boyfriend gets a call from his cousin in California, who informs him that he and Nicole can no longer stay in the cousin's house because his wife is sick. Nicole panics upon hearing this because she had counted on the fact that they have a house to stay in once they get to California. She grabs her cell phone, thinking of calling her parents, but the boyfriend screams at her for being such a coward. Their argument is interrupted when they almost get run off the road by a truck driven by a mysterious man. The boyfriend swerves the convertible to the side of the road in time, while the truck driver stops on the other side. The boyfriend immediately steps off the car and approaches the trucks so he can fight the driver, but the driver just speeds away. Nicole calms her boyfriend down and the couple makes up. They get back into their car and continue driving. Later on, Nicole complains that she needs to pee, so they find a remote rest stop with a bathroom. This is the same rest stop bathroom featured at the beginning of the film. Nicole goes inside the stall and sits down to do her smelly business. She sees that the stall door is filled with graffiti. Many messages proclaim that their partners were killed at the rest stop and that it's dangerous there, but Nicole disregards them as mere jokes. When she gets out of the bathroom, she discovers that her boyfriend is gone with the convertible, without any trace of his hormones left. At first, Nicole thinks that her boyfriend is simply playing a prank on her. But more hours pass, and he hasn't appeared. Nicole then decides to walk along the road. She encounters the truck again, which almost rams her. The driver throws her cell phone at her before speeding off. This makes her think that the truck driver had abducted her boyfriend. She takes note of the plate number and realizes that it's the same plate number scrawled on the restroom stall door. She goes back to the stall to confirm it, and it dawns on her that the danger might be real. Soon after, she finds her boyfriend's convertible parked at the rest stop as well. She gets inside and is unable to jumpstart it. There is also blood all over the front seats. Nicole also notices that there was an RV parked at the rest stop. A camera flashes by the window, and Nicole desperately knocks on the RV's door, but no one opens it. When night falls, she breaks inside the small office at the rest stop. She finds an old VCR set, and it turns out someone had recorded Nicole and her boyfriend's outdoor tryst earlier. Nicole also finds a radio. She manages to reach another driver on a far-off highway. He promises to contact the state police for her. Nicole can finally relax. She spends hours sitting and drinking the leftover alcohol around the office. Finally, she sees a vehicle coming down the road. But it's not the police. It's the deranged truck driver from before. He stays inside the truck, but he blasts with his loudspeakers the call between Nicole and the other truck driver, implying that it was him she was talking to all along, and he was playing hide and seek with her. He almost runs her over again, but the RV appears. The family inside rescues Nicole. She sits inside the RV as the father drives away. Nicole asks the red-headed mother about the truck driver, but the family members all deny seeing the creepy truck. In addition, there are also two teenage sons sitting near the back. The mother chats with Nicole and happily tells her about mundane things. Nicole keeps repeating that she has to call the police because her boyfriend is in trouble. But the family members just keep acting as if everything is alright. Nicole then sees and hears the camera flash from the covered area at the back of the RV. She investigates the noise despite the protests of the mother and discovers that there is a very deformed man sitting in a wheelchair and snapping photos with the camera. The family gets enraged at Nicole and throws her ass out of the RV. As she looks around, Nicole realizes that they had dropped her off back at the rest stop again. Nicole goes back inside the restroom. She sits down on the toilet and looks at the scrawled graffiti on the door again. She peels away the layer of paint and finds even more messages begging for help and describing the deranged truck driver. However, the difference is that the messages are decades older than the one she first saw, signifying that the truck driver terrorizing unfortunate travelers has been doing this for a long time. Nickel then finds an injured young woman hiding inside the locked restroom closet. She turns out to be the same woman shown at the beginning of the film. Apparently, she was one of the truck driver's victims. The victim tells Nicole that she was abducted by the truck driver and he did gruesome things to her, like torture her with a drill. She holds up her hand and shows Nicole that her fingertips have been cut off. However, Nicole also finds out that the victim was on her way to a Rolling Stones concert when she was abducted by the truck driver. This means that the victim thinks she is still in the year 1971. The truck driver returns again. Nicole barricades the door of the restroom to keep him out. Meanwhile, the victim is slowly bleeding out from her injuries. Nicole promises that she'll get her help, but when she returns and breaks the lock on the closet door, she sees that there is no one inside. Nicole runs back outside and sees that there is a missing poster for the victim, dating back to 1971. For some reason, she is seeing the manifestations of the truck driver's victims. Sometime later, a police officer arrives at the rest stop, but the truck driver appears again and runs him over. The officer's legs are broken and Nicole has to drag him inside the restroom. The truck driver locks them inside. Nicole sticks her hand out of the door and the truck driver sucks one of her fingers off. She reels back inside and tries to staunch the bleeding. Meanwhile, the officer is barely holding on to life. He tries to comfort Nicole using his bulletproof muscles and shares with her details of his family. He instructs her to take his gun and shoot the truck driver. Later on, the truck driver slips a video camera inside the restroom and drops it to the floor. Nicole grabs it and plays the recorded footage. The video shows that the truck driver had strapped her boyfriend to a table and then began torturing him. He eventually cut off the boyfriend's tongue, preventing him from giving tongue massages. Afterward, the truck driver slips a hose through the window and fills the room with gasoline. The officer warns Nicole not to shoot because it will cause an explosion. She finds another way out through a hatch on the roof. However, the officer cannot climb up because of his injured legs. Instead, he begs her to shoot him so he won't have to suffer in a fire. Nicole reluctantly shoots him in the mouth, but this doesn't finish him off, possibly because his mouth is also bulletproof. He hollers at her to shoot him again, and she does. Nicole climbs up, and when she looks down, she sees that the officer's body is gone. She goes outside and runs down the road, but the truck appears again. A man gets out, and Nicole attacks him with the tire iron she's holding. The body drops to the ground, and she discovers that he is actually her boyfriend. The truck driver had already killed him and sewn his mouth shut. As Nicole screams in grief, the truck driver speeds away again. Nicole reminisces about a happy memory with her boyfriend. They were sitting on the hood of his car overlooking a view. She tells him that she will move to Los Angeles with him because she loves him. The boyfriend tells her that he doesn't regret anything in his life because all his decisions have led to her. When dawn breaks, Nicole goes back to the office. She grabs the remaining liquor bottle and tears away pieces of cloth from her tank top. She also goes to a nearby parked car and fills the bottle with gasoline so she can make a Molotov cocktail. She walks down the same deserted highway and waits for the truck driver to appear. Sure enough, she sees the truck speeding toward her. She throws the Molotov cocktail at the truck and it bursts into flames. After the explosion dies down, Nicole approaches the truck, but there is nobody inside. Suddenly, the truck driver appears behind her. He does not seem to be harmed by the fire in any way. He takes Nicole by surprise. Sometime later, a different girl walks inside the newly renovated restroom at the rest stop to do her smelly business. The same RV is parked at the same stop. A camera flash is seen through the window. The girl passes by the bulletin board, where a missing poster featuring Nicole is plastered. The girl hears moans coming from the locked closet. She discovers Nicole inside. The girl immediately runs outside for help, but when they return, there is no one inside. When the restroom is empty again, it's revealed that Nicole is still there and she is begging for help. But the people can no longer see her because she is already dead. Like the victim that appeared to her in the same closet, Nicole's spirit is trapped in the rest stop. The movie ends with the same truck barreling down the same highway looking for its next victim. Although the origin and nature of the truck driver and the many ghosts that Nicole interacted with are all unclear, it appears that the truck driver is not human because not even fire can kill him. This is Daniel CC Movie Channel. Stay safe and enjoy your day.